got to shave this. I'm not supposed to have a beard. I'm just one of those guys that can't grow a beard. Maybe. We'll find out. But I've definitely got to tidy it up to shoot some proper content on the weekend. We're going to the Mind, Body, Spirit Festival tomorrow, and we're going to a whole bunch of other crazy stuff this month as well. It's going to be so skits, so much good stuff. But today, I'm at like the botanical gardens on the Gold Coast, and it's just sort of transpired this way because I'm on a bit of an adventure. I went to see Amy at work to break up my day because I've been on the computer for like 24 hours out of the last 48 hours. There's a new video ready. If you DM me, I'll give you the link right now. You don't have to wait for it to be published. It's on Patreon for patrons already. And yeah, it's really cool. It's like next level. It's what all of my content should have always been. I should have always put this much effort in. But it's all part of the journey. It's all part of the growth. But yeah, this little adventure this morning is really interesting because I'm just following like these tiny little inclinations to do stuff. And I was like, oh, my sister's got a really cool mount for her phone, for the windscreen in the car, and I could record video journals while I'm driving safely. And I don't know if it's even legal to do that now because the laws have changed heaps in Australia. You're not even allowed to touch your phone while you're driving. But I could start recording before I start driving, and I guess that would be okay. And I'm not going to be like looking into the phone. I'll be looking at the road. It'll be safe. Maybe I'll be a little bit distracted, but I don't know. It's ridiculous. It's like, I'm sure it's fine. And if it's not, I'll get in a little bit of trouble. So what? I'm so tired of like being afraid of breaking the rules. But yeah, I'm following these little inclinations, and that was it. Like, oh, I'll go see if I can find that mount. And so I don't know where the shop is where my sister got hers, but I know there'd be one around here somewhere. So I just turned off and went a different way home. And then I started like realizing I was driving down heaps of streets from like my old life, because I used to live just down the road from here where I am right now, in this beautiful place. And I didn't come here very often, which is crazy to me. And yeah, I was having all these flashbacks and memories and stuff of things that I've sort of long forgotten. And it's really synchronistic because the video that I just made for my main channel is all about like time travel healing, basically. It's like super fascinating stuff. So there's like there's a synchronicity between that, and also I'm watching Lost at the moment, and we're up to a part where one of the characters is having precognitive experiences, where like he knows what's going to happen before it happens, and he's had this whole experience where he was back in the past, and just as he realized he was actually able to change things in the past, he got zapped back to the future. Spoiler alert. And yeah, that's like sort of, if you want to know the kind of time travel that I'm talking about, watch Lost and look at the character Desmond, because so far, like this is my first time watching it all through as a complete series. I watched bits and pieces when it was on television in like 2004, but Jared has got me like, you gotta fucking watch the whole thing, so I am. And Desmond's time travel is like my time travel, or like heaps of the stuff in the whole show is like in alignment with like reality as I've experienced it. But yeah, the precognitive experiences is something else, eh? Like having these kind of weird like knowings and inclinations, and then it leads somewhere and you're having like deja vu all the time. Some of the most fascinating stuff, and nobody really talks about it. I used to talk about it heaps. Like when Amy and I first started dating, I used to like have those precognitive or like deja vu-esque experiences, and I would play with them heaps and like tell her crazy stuff, and sometimes I'd be wrong, sometimes it would just be my imagination, and that's part of it. Like you don't know if you just have an overactive imagination or if you're actually having some kind of crazy psychic experience. But I think my strike rate's up, like since I've been playing with it more. Like I can tell the difference between like a precognitive sort of experience or like an intuitive sense that something is going to emerge. sometimes that's all it is. Like I'll be driving to a place and I'll just have a sense like I'm gonna meet somebody here, and then I do meet somebody there who's really interesting. But it's like, if I didn't have that strange like precognitive sense that something important was going to happen to me, I wouldn't have paid as much attention. And that's one of my theories with like deja vu in general, like those kinds of experiences, like just a broad range of experiences, but deja vu is something that you all understand. It's like deja vu happens to zap you back into the present moment. It's like this thing that the universe does to like, it's like you have to pay attention right now, and it gives you a deja vu experience, and it's like, oh shit, I've been here before. But it's like, it's just the universe telling you like, pay close attention. Something important is occurring right now. And if you actually listen and you sort of connect the dots and you do what the universe is trying to do with you, then it will develop into something much richer. But I don't want to like talk about that too much. And this bird over here agrees with me that I shouldn't go too deep down that rabbit hole just yet, because that's probably enough for people to already have like really crazy insights and stuff, like memories are probably popping into your awareness. Like, oh shit, like I do remember having deja vu and then all this crazy shit happened. So yeah, I'm just like, that's where I'm at right now, and it's really surprising. I didn't expect to have any kind of awakening experience today, but it's been really consistent lately. Like just the way synchronicities have been stacking on top of each other to create like huge shifts in like my whole reality. Like I just made the video about holographic kinetics, and then I was like, Amy, why haven't you had a session yet? And she was like, oh, I would. And then I was like, I'll check when the next opportunity is. And I went online, and it's tomorrow. There's a Mind, Body, Spirit festival in Brisbane tomorrow. So we're going, and she's going to have her first session. And it might just completely shatter her entire reality. But yeah, it'll be good. It'll also be awesome to have another person close to me who's actually had the experience, so that I don't just feel like a crazy person. Because it's like, it's one of the most profound experiences I've ever had, including all of the psychedelic experiences that I've had. I think it's more profound than a psychedelic experience because it doesn't involve a substance. It's all you. It's all you and spirit, like your connection to the infinite. Like, and the practitioner will facilitate that for you, but they don't actually do. They're not like, it's you. They're just like connecting you. It's like they're just dialing the phone. Oh, but yeah, that's what my new video is about as well. And it's ready now. You can send me a message and I'll give you the link. You don't have to wait for it to be published. And the patrons on Patreon, you already have access to it. So yeah, if you want to see how deep this rabbit hole goes, like I'm about to start to share a lot deeper shit because it's time. It's like, I was saying to my friend Celesta, like fucking, it must have been like 6 months ago plus by now. I was like, I can't make the content that I really want to make, and I was like in this huge blockage. And back then or I shouldn't say we, like I was doing a fair bit of mushrooms with her. Like, it was like when we first met, and she was interested in it as well. And yeah, we were just working through all that sort of stuff. Like working through this blockage, because I've had this huge blockage that I can't be who I want to be, and I had all these excuses and reasons, and I'm just like, nah, I'm gonna do it. And I had a really profound experience with Celesta again, actually, thanks to her. Like this is one of the coolest things you can do for somebody on a psychedelic trip. I was like talking about Vishuddha, and I was saying like how he's free, and he just does whatever he wants. And I was like, I wish I was free. And she just stopped and like looked at me. You know how your friends just do that, like? And I was like, sort of trying to understand what was wrong, and then she's just like, you are free. And I was like, but on a psychedelic, you're hyper suggestible, and that statement just like fucking burned itself into my brain. And ever since that trip, I've been really feeling that. I've been like, yeah, I am free. Why do I keep telling myself I'm not free? I can do whatever I want. Like I'm a free being. I can create the reality that I want for myself. Why am I making all these excuses? Why am I letting other people's bullshit opinions have any kind of effect on what my truth and what I think is important for this world. So now I'm really ready to start diving really deep and sharing like the craziest stuff that I know with people, and not just in my video journals, where my video journal I'm kind of hiding away from the world by making this like lower quality content that's not really worth watching. And I know all of you, before you get before everybody says like this is still valuable, I get that, but it's like it's not highly produced, and it's not, I don't design it to reach a really broad audience like I do with my main channel. So I talk about crazy shit on here because nobody's listening, basically. And that's going to change too. I'm even changing the way that I do my video journal, you probably noticed, because I don't want to hide away anymore. Even on my video journal, where I'm just like practicing my speaking and practicing articulating these complex concepts, I still want people to see that now. I don't want to deliberately sabotage my YouTube reach and all that kind of thing, which I have done a lot. But also going onto my main channel now and like making the kind of content that I know will be successful and it will reach that global audience, that's like really well produced. Like the audio is really good, the visual effects are amazing, and it's like edited really well. I'm not leaving in 10 minutes of footage that could have totally been cut out because it's not that engaging. Like the new stuff is designed to reach the world, and I'm finally ready to do that. And from this place right now, like I would have told you 3 years ago, like I'm doing my best, but from right now I wasn't. I was never doing my best. I was always like sabotaging myself unconsciously, trying to protect myself from reaching that global audience because I was scared. But now I'm ready. Like it's a journey. And from this perspective, I can clearly see like when you're ready, you can have it all. It's just a matter of like your soul needs to be ready to receive the immensity of what's in store for you. That's what it is. Like you have the ability to do the most incredible shit right now. You have the ability at the very least to start to put the work in, to start to put the hours in. There's like the 10,000 hour rule. If you invest 10,000 hours in anything, you'll achieve mastery in that craft. So yeah, you always have the ability to begin that journey. And since time is an illusion anyway, like it doesn't feel like I've been working really hard for 10 years. It just feels like the present moment, like it's always felt like. Here we are, and I'm ready, and it's all happening. And I'm just having a really good day, and everything's sort of falling into place. Can't wait to spread this, to awaken more people and bring more people up to into their highest potential, like, and give them that boost and encourage them and inspire them. I think Amy doing a holographic kinetic session tomorrow will be massive, and I think catching up with Tom and Yesenia is going to be awesome, and everything else that's going on. My buddy Jake's coming up to play his first show in Brisbane, I think for a really long time, and that's going to be really cool. If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button for me. Pass it on to somebody else who may benefit. Subscribe if you haven't already. Leave your comments down below. I'd love to chat to you. And I'll see you tomorrow.